Okay, well, I'm Megan from Now 100.5 here with, obviously, Ed Sheeran. So first thing I want to say is I heard you were bartending last night at Dive Bar?
Yeah. How'd you hear that?
I woke up this morning, you were all over my Facebook feed.
Really? Yeah, it was weird because I kind of went in there. I didn't have my ID. I'm 26 and like my excuse is like I'm covered in tattoos. You can't get tattoos till you're 18, so like you're gonna be 21 if you cover. Anyway, so I got there and I was kind of like sheepishly like my mates were like buying me drinks, so I didn't want to get kicked out. And then suddenly they came up to me and were just like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna get kicked." And they were like, "Do you want to serve drinks behind the bar?" And I was like, "Yeah." I don't know how to make drinks at all, but I served them. I pulled a good pint. They were impressed with my pint pulling.
Did anyone tip you?
Yeah, but then I put it in there too. So I'm not gonna.
Well, that was I was just curious. Like if I saw you and you served me a drink, I mean, I don't think I would tip you just because.
What if I did a good job?
Well, you don't need it. I need it more. I need it to buy another drink.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just nice to know you're appreciated.
But you don't even tip in England, right?
What?
What?
We tip more than you do.
Okay, so
Well, I definitely like because here people are like, oh, it's 10%. In England, it's always been 20%.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just went to England for the first time ever, like 2 months ago. Yeah. My boyfriend lives there. I met him in Vegas, and I went to England, and he went to the bathroom, and I finally paid for something. And when I came back, he was like, "You left a tip?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "We don't tip here." That's not true. Is he lying to me?
He might not tip there, but no, no, Australia. I once left a tip in Australia and got chased down the street by the waitress, being like, "No, you can't accept it."
Really?
Yeah. So Australia, I think it's like kind of policy that I don't know. I think some restaurants are different, but I always in England and here.
Okay.
No, never so much in like at the end of the night, maybe a bar, but I find it weird after every drink because you're like, "Oh, I'm here all night, man."
Right.
Like I can just.
That's funny. Okay, because when he came here, he was just here a couple days ago, and I was like, I'm gonna be watching you to make sure that you tip. Anyways, okay, so let's talk about your cats.
Do you not think that I tip?
No, I know that you. I'm mad that he duped me.
Right.
Because then the rest of the time I was in England, I didn't tip.
Yeah.
Because he told me you guys didn't.
I know people that don't tip.
Well, I thought it was rude, personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. So I'm dying to know more about your cats. First of all, who's watching them when you're on tour?
Well, I live with my girlfriend, so she lives with the cats.
Right. Okay. So someone's constantly watching them, and you miss them.
Yeah. All three of my girls.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any tattoos of your cats?
No, I'm getting some though.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to get. So I did an episode of The Simpsons, and I'm trying to get them to do cartoon versions of my cats, so I can get that tattooed.
That would be
amazing, right? Yeah.
That would be amazing. So do you just want them to draw up the illustration, or do you want them to actually be on the show?
No, just draw up the illustration.
It would be cool if they threw them in the show though too, right?
I've asked. We'll see what happens.
I mean, if you get a request from Ed Sheeran, I mean, the creators should probably do it. That's what I think personally.
One of the biggest sitcoms of all time.
Yeah. You know what? I wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons when I was growing up.
Nor was I, and do you know why? Because of South Park. They both came out South Park was like 99, but like when I was younger, they were on TV. One was late night and one was on, and all the parents would complain about South Park, and my mum just assumed all American cartoons were bad after that. Yeah.
So you weren't allowed to watch Simpsons?
No, but my mate was, and I could walk to his house. So on 6 p.m. It was on at 6 p.m. every day, just to run over, watch it.
That's funny. That would be so awesome if you got that. I have a 3-legged black cat, and I got this little tattoo, which is, I mean, they could have done a better job, but I mean, gotta respect your cats.
Mate, half of my tattoos I look at and like, I probably should have done that better, but it's on now, innit? Can't do anything about it.
And it's a story. Well, that's what I was gonna ask. So do you have one that's like a really good, like, I wish I didn't have this tattoo, but it's a good story?
I don't regret a single tattoo that I've got at all, but I got one here that says lads on tour, and I got it on tour with some lads.
Pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so Game of Thrones, I just started watching it like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. I'm all caught up. Yeah. And so I watched
Your reaction to the Red Wedding?
Well, I knew it was coming. I was anticipating it.
Who ruined it for you?
Because I had watched it so late. I knew all these things were... Twitter ruined it for me. I know you're with me there. Twitter ruins things.
I'm not on it anymore.
I know.
Mate, this last 2 weeks, I'm telling you, I have no idea what's going on in the world, but life is just fucking great. Like, you just like wake up. My first instinct when I woke up was I would go on Twitter and search my name. That was, I just like spend half an hour of people just being like, I hate him, and I'd be like, oh, now it's time to start my day. So not doing that is really good.
Nothing like a heavy dose of positivity first thing in the morning. Yeah. So, okay, but you do have Instagram.
Yeah, I do. But like, I don't think Instagram's like, no one really comments mean stuff on Instagram. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, slay.
Okay, so I noticed that you are only following 3 people on Instagram. So when you go to your feed, you're probably not looking at a lot. So do you have a super secret Instagram where you actually follow all your friends or your mates?
No, I don't. But you know, if you go on other Instagrams and like pictures, they show up in your recommended. Oh. You know, so there's like a recommended bit. So I can go on that. So like there's a fan account that posts a lot of stuff on me, and because I've liked some of their stuff, that can pop up, or like World Star Hip Hop, or what else? Fuck Jerry, I go on quite a lot. Yeah.
The classics only.
Yeah, the memes. I have to live within my memes.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I live within my memes and live within my memes. Yeah, got it. I got it. Sorry. Okay, so going back, I want to go back to the Game of Thrones thing. I didn't know you were going to be on the first episode, so I was watching it with some.
You know what? Nor did I.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I only found out a couple of days before, because it's so secretive, man. I get sent 2 pages of the script. You don't get sent the rest because you'd like, what if it leaks? And they were shooting like all the episodes at once, so they'd shot most of episode 1 by the time I'd shot it, but then they were also shooting like episode 6 at this point. So I had no idea what episode I was in.
Oh wow! But before that Sunday, like, did they tell you the day before, like, hey, or were you just watching and you were like?
No, I found it because they did a premiere of it in LA.
Okay.
And I found out from because Maisie, who plays Arya, emailed me and was like, "Oh, I've just seen the thing and it's good."
Awesome. So I wasn't expecting to see you. I was watching it with someone that hadn't seen it before, and I was like, weird. There's never normally music in the episodes. And then I was like, oh my god, this must be the episode that Ed Sheeran's in. I think you did a great job. I loved it.
Yeah, I don't understand how me being in a show about dragons can detract someone from their world. You know, you're watching a show that's fictional anyway. How is? Yeah,
well, I thought it was great. I wish you could become a regular character with your cats.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if my cats are a bit too posh for that.
Oh, okay. Well,
you know, they're like.
They could be Daenerys.
You wouldn't see my cats in King's Landing at all.
I could see like Daenerys maybe like caressing one.
Yeah.
I mean, you threw the suggestion into The Simpsons. You might as well do it to Game of Thrones too. Just see what happens.
I think my cats would go well on, like Billions or something.
Oh, I love that on Showtime. Yeah. Okay.
That dude.
Yeah.
I've only seen one episode of it.
Oh, you should. It's a good show.
I'm more like I like a bit of like a bit of violence and drugs and stuff in my TV shows, you know.
Same. We'll end on that note. Thanks for sitting.
Like Breaking Bad or The Wire or
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah. Or like Spartacus. You seen? So I mean, it's pretty. Imagine Game of Thrones, but like really, really, really dialed up. It's just tits and blood for the whole thing.
And that's Ed Sheeran. I'm Megan on Now 100.5. We're going to end it on that note.